In this part of the training, we are going to be looking at some of the myths and facts relating to importation business, and you are going to see what mini importation really is and how you can actually kickstart this business. Now, first off, what is mini importation? Just as the name implies, mini importation is doing importation in a smaller scale compared to the multinational firms we have around. Now, when we say mini, it doesn't mean that it has to be like 50,000. When you put in 2 million, even 5 million naira, it is still mini importation because you are importing in a smaller scale, maybe different products, or even if it is still one product, you are importing in a smaller scale compared to the multinationals, compared to the bigger boys. And mini importation is not just related to China alone. It cuts across several countries like Vietnam, Brazil, and Turkey. Now, because when people hear of a mini importation, the first thing that comes to their mind is China. You say, yes, they are getting their product from China, but it doesn't necessarily mean that because you are involved in mini importation business that all your products are coming from China. Not at all. Even if you are importing from Ghana or Cote d'Ivoire or any of the neighboring African countries, it is still mini importation business. It is still importation business as long as it is outside the boundaries of Nigeria. It is automatically an importation business because you are bringing in products and goods from outside the country into Nigeria. So mini importation is doing this importation business in a smaller scale, even if you are putting in millions, as long as you are not using some of those documentations required by the governments. So I want you to know that. Now, there are so many myths, so many fallacies and stories when it comes to mini importation. Now, years and years back, when people's eyes were not yet open, it is these Alaba boys, the Igbo guys, that were into mini importation, and everyone believed that they are the only ones that can really get into this business. And we are hearing stuff like containers and goods coming in from high sea and all that, and jargons and all. But let me tell you this, anyone can kickstart this business. You can start in a small scale, just with 50,000 naira. And I even know some of my students that started with less than that. So it is not just for the Alaba boys alone, not just for the Igbo men. A mini importation business or importation generally is not just cut out for them alone. Anyone can do it. You can kickstart it. You listening to this video. Now, if that is noted, as I said earlier, you don't need to possess any of those documentations needed for importation that is required by the Nigerian government, as long as you are doing it using the strategies outlined in this book. You are doing it in a mini scale, even if you are putting in millions, as I said earlier. Then also, you should know that when it comes to mini importation, because I said earlier that is spread across different countries: Vietnam, Brazil, India, Turkey, Dubai, not just China alone. What this tells you, because you are dealing with individuals, you are dealing with persons, you are going to be making use of websites. So there are loads and many websites that you can use to import your product from. Some you don't even need website, you just need the contact of the individuals and you relate with them and your goods come into the country. Now, these are some of the facts that you need to know, and the myths and fallacy surrounding mini importation business, especially in Nigeria, Africa generally. My dear, you can kickstart with the money you have in your hands right now in your bank accounts. You don't need to put in 100,000, you don't need to put in 200,000 or a million or 10 million naira. You don't need to wait for months before your goods arrive. This is the 21st century, the information age, and using the way you are going to be learning in this training, the sky is the limit. So that's it for you, the introduction into mini importation business. Next, when we return, we are going to be taking a look at the right way of doing mini importation business in this post-COVID-19 era, in this post-pandemic era, because the way it is being done now is totally different. So I thank you once again for picking up this training and getting through this section. Thank you.